Good morning. How you doing there? Whew. It's good to be here, and thanks for joining me. Apart from all the hyperbole and the intense rhetoric of politics, um, in the end, I think most of us are voting from our values, things that matter most to us. And that's really how democracy is meant to work. Our democracy relies on people being educated and knowledgeable of themselves in a certain way, like what matters the most, what are the priorities, and those become the priorities of a society because candidates tell us what they care about and what their plans are for that, and then we vote for them. Now, it hasn't always worked that way, and many people have a sense of broken trust in our imperfect system. It's still what we have today. And one of the gifts of mindfulness is dealing with the world as it is and really engaging and making improvements, getting it to be better. You can do that at a neighborhood level. You can do that at a family level. You can do that in your marriage. You can do that in a friendship. You can do it in a society. You can do it in an organization. I sound like Dr. Seuss. Would you like them in a box? And all of this really presupposes that you know and that I know what matters to us, which is really not a given. Because, one of the concepts of mindfulness is the opposite of mindful awareness is automatic pilot. That's where I'm living towards things that I've taken in as priorities and maybe haven't really reflected on since I first took them in. Mindfulness, gives us an opportunity to keep questioning what matters to us because we become quiet, open, curious. And here's the deal. It's very possible that you and me don't fully know ourselves. We don't know what matters to us. As y'all know, I've been a therapist for a long time, and one of the things I've discovered is that many people have lived in a place, where they've never really asked themselves in a deep way, and maybe nobody asked them in a clear way, what do you actually want? What are you after in this world? If you think about it, the way we do childhood is, to a large degree, we tell children what they're supposed to want. And we start disciplining them early. Now, that could be okay if there was also a lot of open area for inquisitive exploration of self. Who am I? What do I want? One of the great mystics of history, St. Francis of Assisi, who was Catholic, and so he was a believer, but towards the end of his life, his prayer life, his meditation life became a lot simpler. Oh, it just became simpler and simpler and simpler. And in the end, when he was asked how he was approaching that, he said, I just sit there and ask, who am I and who are you? So it's really just this big curiosity. And here he is, like a person who's really taken a stand in the world and has decided who he is, what he wants to be, what he wants to emulate, what matters to him. And still he's left, even after all these years of living that way, asking, who am I and who are you that I'm talking to? And we could say the same thing, as we engage meditation, we're actually asking, well, we're just becoming that observer that could pay attention. And what if who I am is a discovery? It's not necessarily always a decision. There are decisions to be made for sure, but it's still like, it's a bit of a mystery. Who am I? So curiosity. Well, how does meditation nurture that and get us out of the automatic pilot of living in an identity that may have been crafted and formed for us, not with us? So it's really a question of slowing down, entering into observation, and staying there, and getting a little bit of space from the automatic pilot part of our being. That's why, there's a simple mindfulness practice that I would suggest that you do the rest of your life, which is if you find yourself doing something the same way over and over, do it a different way and pay attention. Something as simple as waking up at a different time for a week and noticing what that's like. What if I woke up at 4 a.m. and spent a half an hour thinking or writing and went back to sleep? Why would I do that? Well, I would do it to just see what that would be like, to be curious, to be interested. What if I sat in a different chair? Something as small as that actually does something to our consciousness, which is, oh, we're not going to keep just turning the crank the same old way? No, because in a way that could become too automatic and too kind of unaware. So what if I did something very different? What if I drove to work in a new way? What if I walked to work if it's possible? Anything we do that creates that new experience maybe nurtures a little bit of curiosity. So when we enter into meditation, one of the attitudes of mindfulness is curious openness, willing to experience something different, willing to notice something new. And that's what actually allows us to be more of that observer and to be more careful about what we choose in terms of what matters to us. And that's why we're meditating. Because as a society, as I said in the little Facebook message about this meditation this morning, your vote counts, and so does your person. You are a vital member of the world. You're a vital member of this particular country you live in. You're a vital member of your city, your neighborhood, your family, yourself. And it counts. So this week we're doing some meditation on body and breath, kind of returning to the basics, maybe with a deeper sense that opening to self and opening to this moment, opening to each moment with that observing energy really is the only way we have to connect. It's where we can begin to connect with what matters to us, and that brings us into contact with other beings, other people, other, you get it. I'll stop talking, we'll start meditating. So coming to sit or to lie down, And bringing yourself into the posture that you intend for this practice, knowing you can keep checking in with that throughout. And settling into your connection to the ground beneath you, becoming aware. And greeting your own being in that open, observing way. Noticing as completely as you can what it's like for you in this moment. So in a really open way, seeing if you can include the physical sensations all over your body. A sense of how you're feeling this morning. Noticing what your thoughts are like. Maybe even you can notice a sense of the energy of your being. It's just exploring all of that as a beginning point with an open awareness. And then gathering your attention, your awareness with a clear intention to connect to this moment just as it is. Gathering that awareness and bringing it into the experience of breath in your belly. You don't need to change your breath, just become aware of the movement that's there. And just for a little while, right now, each breath in, each breath out, becoming aware of those sensations. However imperfect your awareness is, your intention is just to do it as best you can. If you find yourself distracted and having a hard time focus, let that be okay. And then widening your awareness to your whole body as if each breath is flowing all the way in and all the way out of your whole body. Each breath filling your head, touching the back of your face, filling your torso, arms, and legs. Each breath in, opening to observing yourself in this moment. Each breath out, letting things be just as they are. And for a period of silence, staying in awareness of that as best you can, coming back whenever you need to, whenever you get lost or distracted. You're aware. You can notice all of it. And as you attend to your breath, your body may manifest different sensations. See if it's possible for you to let them be just as they are, pleasant or unpleasant. Even breathing in and out of strong sensations that are either pleasant or unpleasant, with acceptance and interest. Coming back to the body and the breathing over and over. This time is for you to open up awareness, to be curious, to be in a place of discovery and newness. And in this place of openness and awareness, there's a perfect space to ask a simple question. I'm here encountering myself, encountering my life, in my breath and in my body. And I'm here because things are important to me, things that matter to me, things large and things small. And if you wish, you can use this space to explore deep in your heart with curiosity and interest what matters to me, what's really important, what do I care about, what do I hope for. And taking some time to let that question stir in you and noticing what comes into your awareness. And then releasing that question, perhaps with a renewed awareness that your life is real. There are things that matter that you're involved in. And bringing awareness once again to body and breath. Knowing that each breath is an experience of your presence and your life. Knowing that you're grounded and connected to this moment. Where you can open up and do what matters today. Letting your breath fill your whole body. Becoming aware that your body is in a room. Becoming aware that your room is in a world. And here you are. This is where you start. This is always where you start, within yourself. At home in your body, at home with your breath. Open and interested and in tune with what matters to you. And maybe for a brief moment, we could hold each other in awareness and aware that we're together, supporting a way of living and being and acting. And we're together with all beings, with all people. And I wish for you that you can carry this with you all day today. And if you wish, check in with yourself, like do a little tiny bits of mindfulness all day long. Notice your breath, notice your belly. Let that bring you into the present moment. You can do that anytime, anywhere. You don't have to live in an automatic pilot. you can actually be present. Thanks a lot for being here. And I know we're all holding this experience of a democratic choice. Everybody has strong feelings about it. See who you can support in that and see who can support you. So many things that matter feel like they're on the line, and they are. Try to find harmony with those who align with your values. Try to find connections that support you. See if it's possible not to spend all your time fighting those who don't. A little bit of that is okay, but a lot of it is, whoa, too much. So thanks for connecting today. We'll see you tomorrow, Friday, and have a really complete and full day for yourself. Bye.